Hello everyone, welcome back to Lucky Loaders 15, and I'll be giving you my tips and selections for day 3 of the Cheltenham Festival tomorrow. I'll be previewing every race and hopefully we can have some more winners tomorrow. Our 2 days so far out of the Cheltenham Festival have been very profitable. Our best day was today, however. Out of the 2 days we had 4 places in the end and 1 winner. The winner was Augusta and it was a really good performance by him. Halfway round it didn't look like maybe he was going to get up and win today, but really in the last third of the race he really stamped his authority, and after the last he really showed his class and really won comfortably in the end for Nico de Boinville and Nicky Henson. Our other selections did place. We had a good 22-1 place with Red Indian. Our bookmaker Sky Bet was paying 6 places, and there was lots of other bookmakers doing similar kind of things, so at 25-1 I was quite pleased with Red Indian. Also as well, Black Op we tipped up to go against Sam Crow, gave a really good performance in the end for Tom George and Noel Feely and finished in 2nd place, so that wasn't too bad there. Another tip that I put up was AC Milan in the champion bumper. We put it up at 8-1 last night, got a little bit back on the each way angle there, and over and yet as well managed to plug on into 4th place, and our bookmaker was paying 4 places in the cross country, and at 10-1 in the end, that wasn't a bad selection there. So we've had some good profit today, and also as well day 1 for us was a little bit of profit as well. So the 2 days so far of the Cheltenham Festival have been good, but unfortunately we just haven't had many winners. We've had too many places, but hopefully tomorrow we can get some more winners on the board. Also as well, today was a really good thrilling day of action at the Cheltenham Festival. It was a lot of really good stories with presenting Percy, Altior we already mentioned, and also as well it's totally Irish dominated. In the champion bumper it was 3 Willie Mullins horses that finished in the top 3 in the end, and Irish won 6 of the races today, the Irish did. They had an absolutely fantastic day, and Altior was the only British winner in the end, so it really paid to be with the Irish today, and they could be in for another good day tomorrow. But hopefully we can have some British winners tomorrow. And for our first selection, we're actually going to be going with our British selection tomorrow in the JLT, the first race of the day, and I'm going with a horse here called Modus. Now this horse is currently 8-1 in the market, trained by Paul Nicholls. Barry Geraghty takes the ride tomorrow. Is a good positive jockey book and ridden many Cheltenham Festival winners over the years. Now Modus has done pretty well this season. It's won 3 chase starts, and its only mistake came in a small race at Exeter when it fell when going quite well. I've seen Modus in the flesh when I was at Wincanton that day on Badger Ales Day. I do the social media for Wincanton, and I was really up quite close and personal to him at the start, and he's really struck me as a very big horse. He's definitely a chasing type, and I think chasing was always going to be the making of this horse, and I thought 8-1 tomorrow he was quite a good price. There are obviously a few other good horses within the race, but Modus as well has got some good Cheltenham form. It's probably one of his more preferable circuits. He always runs quite well here. His previous course winner, and I thought 8-1 tomorrow he could provide a little bit of value in the race, and I thought he could run well. So that's going to be my selection for the JLT tomorrow in the first race. The second race tomorrow is the Pertemps handicap, where it's always a very competitive race, always really hard to work out the winner. Last year it was Presenting Percy that won this race, so it might pay to go with an Irish selection, and that's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. I'm going to be going with a horse here called A Great View, currently at 12-1. A lot of bookmakers again will be paying numerous places like they do in these big handicap races, and I thought this horse had a very good chance of making the frame tomorrow. Its 2 runs in its last 2 previous outings have been quite good. The penultimate start was at Leopardstown in the Pertemps, qualified there when it ran on really well that day. It went for a lot of beaten horses and really was staying on strongly at the end, and it beat Glenlow, which is actually the favourite for this race tomorrow, quite comfortably that day. And then it ran at the Dublin Racing Festival against Total Recall, who's really tipped for good things this season, and in the end he probably wasn't ridden in a handy enough position that day, and he was too far back from the action under Barry Geraghty. He was well supported for that race, so, but in the end he wasn't really in the race that day. So tomorrow if they can get him a little bit more handy, I thought A Great View at 12-1, ridden by Jody McGarvey tomorrow, who's quite a good jockey booking. I think I like Jody McGarvey. He's ridden quite a few winners for me in my punting days. Also as well trained by Dennis McCullen in the JP McManus colours, so they obviously mean business with this horse, and I thought he had a very good chance of making the frame tomorrow. So that's the selection in the Pertemps qualifier. We then go to the Ryanair tomorrow on the 3rd race, and I'm going to be tipping up last year's winner, won for me last year, in Sceaux, trained by Willie Mullins, who's had a very good day today. It could be Danny Mullins that takes the ride tomorrow, now that Ruby Walsh is injured, but it'd be interesting to see who does get the final jockey booking tomorrow. Danny Mullins has ridden this horse to victory before, and under Sceaux will really like the testing conditions tomorrow. It's meant to rain overnight, so the ground probably will go to heavy, and he definitely likes it heavy. He won this race in very good style last year. They always say maybe the trip might stretch him a little bit, but the conditions should definitely be to suit, I should say. He's a good old battle campaigner, and he should stay really well, and he's currently evens at the moment, and that's going to be the selection there. Also, I thought it was worth mentioning, maybe from an each-way angle, Frodon. Frodon has won both his starts at Cheltenham. He's had some very good form this year. He's been a model of consistency. Did finish third in the Betfair Ascot Chase last time out, but I thought a return to Cheltenham could see him go well, and I thought at 10-1 he could be a good each way price if you did want to take under Sceaux on. So that would be my selection against under Sceaux. We then go to the next race, which is the Stayers Hurdle, where I think it's quite a wide open race this year. There's a lot of good horses. Sam Spinner is definitely a worthy favourite at the moment. He'll like the conditions tomorrow. Also as well, I thought, you know what I mean, Harry was a little bit overpriced, considering he hasn't run too badly this year, and he was quite a big price. He has been well supported from the each way angle, but I'm going to be tipping quite a big outsider here tomorrow. I'm going to be going with a horse of Willie Mullins called Augusta K. Now you might be thinking, why am I going for this one? What's going on here? Well, this horse is a mare, and it will receive the mare's allowance tomorrow, so that's a good positive thing there, receiving £7 from some of its rivals. Also as well, now the last time we saw this horse was in the John Gourmet Hurdle at Gorham Park back in January it was, and it ran a really good race that day behind Present and Percy, which absolutely floored the field today in the RSA, and he put up a good performance against Arduke last time out, and Augusta Kate was only 5 lengths down that day, and I thought the conditions tomorrow should really suit it, and with a nice low weight compared to its other rivals tomorrow, I thought Augusta Kate could maybe go well and maybe make the frame at a price. So that's going to be my selection there. If you think that's a little bit bonkers, make your comments be known in the comments box below, but that's just a eye-catching selection that I thought that could go well. Also as well, we move on to the Brown Advisory Plate in the next race tomorrow, going with Guitar Pete in the 4:10 at Cheltenham. Now Guitar Pete did me a favour winning the Caspian Gold Cup at Cheltenham 2 starts ago for it, so it's won at Cheltenham before on testing ground, which it was that day, and I thought this horse could go very well tomorrow. Now Guitar Pete is trained by Nicky Richardson. The stable have been in good form of late. Ryan Day takes the ride tomorrow, and he's been riding well, taking a good £3 off. Last time we saw this horse was at Ascot, where it was going really well that day, but fell with a few fences left to go, and that was a little bit disappointing there, but it was showing that it was in good form. It's got the previous course experience as well, and I thought in this quite wide open race tomorrow, I thought at 20-1 he was a good each way bet, so that's going to be the selection in the Brown Advisory Plate tomorrow. The next selection is then in the 450, and I'm going to go with a horse here which I think has got quite a good chance tomorrow in this mare's novice race, called Soleil. Now I know Lorena is a banker for quite a lot of people, but I'm willing to take her on with Soleil, trained by Fergal O'Brien. Paddy Brennan takes the ride tomorrow. These two always work really well together. Now we haven't seen Soleil for a little while, but it did win a listed race at Haydock on heavy ground last time out, showing it stays very well. Also as well, it had some very good form beforehand at Newbury, where it seems to run well, and also as well, it has won at Cheltenham. It won a bumper on New Year's Day a couple of years ago, so it definitely likes the track. And I thought at 10-1 tomorrow, if you wanted to go against Lorena, Soleil could be a good alternative there. So that's going to be the selection, Soleil in the mare's novices tomorrow. Then in our last selection in the Muir, I'm going with a horse called Sugar Baron for Nikki Henderson, and Kate Walsh takes the ride tomorrow. She's a very good experienced jockey in these big races. She had a winner today with Relegate in the Champion Bumper, so she's already off the mark for the Cheltenham Festival, and Sugar Baron really stays all day, and I thought with the conditions, the way they're going to be tomorrow, and the way that he tends to travel throughout his races, always really strongly, doing his best work late on, I thought again he had a very good chance of making the frame tomorrow. There'll be bookmakers paying multiple places in this, currently priced up at 12-1, and I thought Sugar Baron tomorrow for Nicky Henderson, who's won the 2 big races so far. at the Cheltenham Festival had a very good chance of going very well in this race tomorrow. So that's going to be the selection there. So they're the tips for tomorrow. If you've got any comments or feelings regarding the Cheltenham Festival, please make them known in the comments box below. Also as well, please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more horse racing tips regarding the Cheltenham Festival and lots of other horse racing tips throughout the year. So please subscribe to the channel if you don't do so already. Also as well, you can follow me on Twitter at LuckyLoaders15. That's all I've got to say. Please gamble responsibly, and we'll be seeing you soon.